Evening, guys, Vinyl community, anybody else who's watching tonight. Yeah, it's Rob back for another video. I wanted to jump on board for a competition that's out there at the moment by a lovely gentleman by the name of he goes by the name of Comic Rhemas. And I believe he's got a channel, a really interesting channel. He's based on the west coast of America in Los Angeles, I believe. Yeah, he put a competition out about a week ago to in a sort of, I guess, a bit of a response to the global pandemic that we're all at the mercy of at the moment, coronavirus. He spoke on his video that him and his partner were very concerned about it and so on, and you know, how it's going to impact their lives and so on, which is obviously, I mean, it's a concern for everybody, I guess, you know, regardless of your circumstances. But he, to sort of counteract that, bless him, he put forward a challenge for us to show either albums or songs, 5 albums or songs, that convey positive vibes or positive energy, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of videos of people who've jumped on this. And yeah, I thought that was interesting, and yeah, a very positive thing. And actually, before I get into this, I'd just like to say that I mean, I don't know whether this is just in the UK or maybe people have been doing this globally as well, but obviously in response and in recognition for the people on the front line with the NHS, hospital workers, nurses, and so on, who are, you know, are treating people or trying their best to treat people with this tsunami, as the UK press of media have called it, of casualties and people, numbers, thousands of people being taken to hospital who are having breathing difficulties and really suffering with it. Yeah, we've been asked to for, you know, sort of everybody at 8 o'clock to show solidarity and to you know, all clap and go outside and clap. And you know, you often think, well, how many people are going to actually do this in your own neighborhood? And I went out at 8 o'clock and I was very pleasantly surprised. Both me and my mum came out, and people were lining the streets, clapping, waving from their windows, and applauding, and it was great. It was a real sense of community spirit, of everybody kind of joining in, and you know, I guess a bit of a show of defiance for this this scourge that is this virus, you know. And it was heartwarming, you know, and just, it was really good to see. So, and after about 5 minutes, my arms and wrists were seriously aching, so I couldn't sustain it. And you know, a lot of people sort of went in after that, but you know, great that so many people obviously contributed to it. And you know, in the great British tradition, I guess, that we all, you know, fight and show you know, resistance in the face of adversity, and you know, and we all get involved with these things, and that's great. So anyway, so that, yeah, that was, as I say, that was very heartwarming, and it was great to see. So anyway, so I'd like to, without further ado, obviously show these records. And yeah, the first one is this album, which is Astrid Gilberto or Gilberto. I still don't know. I wish somebody would tell me whether it's Gilberto or Gilberto, or maybe it doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's a fantastic album. Anyway, this is her 1965 album, is it? I believe. Could be wrong. Yeah, completely wrong. Totally wrong. 1968. Anyway, so it's Astrid Gilberto, or Gilberto. And this is her album, Windy. And the track itself, fabulous. The title track, obviously, also performed by the Fifth Dimension. Wonderful sunshine pop. And yeah, just fantastic vibe to this, very, very positive vibe. Whenever I put this on, it brings a smile to my face, and yeah, fabulous stuff. So that's my first one. That's Astrid Gilberto and Windy. Okay, next one is a band that gets shown fairly regularly on the VC. This is Flaming Groove's debut, Super Naz. I love this record. This is just back to back, just very upbeat, power pop, as people refer to it, but it's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's just good time music, rock and roll. Fantastic. Roy Loney, of course, who I think died quite recently. Fabulous songwriter, singer. Yeah, I mean, every song on this is just very, very upbeat. And yeah, I just can't help but get up and dance. When I put this on, it's just so upbeat and fills you with a good sense of well-being, you know, and that's the beauty and power of music, isn't it, at the end of the day? So that's my second choice. That's the Flaming Groovers and Super Naz. Okay, now John at Baggy Hi-Fi, he showed a Brian Wilson record instead of showing a Beach Boys album. He wanted to show that. I don't have any Brian Wilson solo stuff, so I'm going to show this one. This is Beach Boys' 1970 album, Sunflower. Real favourite of mine. Love this record. Yeah, I mean, This Whole World, Brian Wilson pen song. Yeah, wonderful vibe, so sunshine, so upbeat. Glorious soaring harmonies, as you always get with the Beach Boys. Yeah, this is definitely a favourite, and yeah, they don't get much more of a positive vibe than this. So yeah, that's my third choice, and that's Sunflower by the Beach Boys. Next one, probably an all-time favourite of my parents. I remember listening to this when I was very young, and I remember them telling me that they went to see this in London, and they'd never seen anything like it, and I guess nothing like it had ever been put on stage before this. And this was the London production original soundtrack, Hair, of the stage play production that was put out in 1968. Yeah, I mean, Aquarius, you know, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. You don't get much more of a positive vibe than that. But I love this whole album. Donna, Frank Mills, yeah, Let the Sun Shine In, just brilliant. And obviously Fifth Dimension. I could have showed the Fifth Dimension actually, because I have some Fifth Dimension records which have I know they they did some of these songs, covered them spectacularly, really, really well. But yeah, I thought I'd show this one anyway. But that's Hair, fabulous stuff. Okay, my fifth choice is this album, which is Monkeys, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn and Jones Limited. And I bought this because of this song, Pleasant Valley Sunday. I love the vibe of that song. Carole King, Jerry Goffin's song, of course. Her demo version of that you can actually listen to on YouTube is wonderful. I think she did in 1966. Obviously the Monkeys did a stellar version of it, and it is, I guess, the definitive version of that song. Yeah, just great sunshine, upbeat, sort of psychedelic tinge pop. Wonderful, wonderful. Every time I listen to that, I just want to put it on again and again. It's just fabulous. I never get sick of that song. Definitely my favourite song by the Monkeys. That's Pleasant Valley Sunday. Okay, now the last question, the bonus question, if you like, was to show an album or song that contains vibes. I couldn't think of an album that I had that was either instrumental of just pure vibes, or so I sort of, after I sort of went through my collection, sort of racked my brains, the only one I could come up with was this, which is More Specials, the second Specials album, and I believe it's the song Pearl's Cafe off this, has some vibes playing in the background. Do 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 do. It's either that or a xylophone. So, but it's a great track and a fantastic album. Yeah, this is one of my favourite albums of that British ska two-tone revival. Definitely wonderful stuff. So there we go. So that's my entry for Comic Rhemas Positive Vibes competition. Anyway, guys, I think we all need positive vibes at the moment, don't we, with this ongoing crisis. So I hope everybody's doing well out there and keeping safe. I know that almost sounds like a cliche now, but yeah, you know, seriously, look after yourselves, love your families, your friends. Fortunately, we've all got the internet and we can all keep in touch. So yeah, we have to be positive, and we'll get through this, and hopefully before long it'll be but a distant memory. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Lots of videos that's been uploaded recently, so I'm gonna crack on with watching those, and soon the weekend. Enjoy yourselves, guys. All the best. Take care.